Classic Wing Chun means what others refer to as traditional or pure. Wing Chun is based on forms, sections, and applications. A form where you go through all the moves technically to try and make sure that you're doing them in the right angles and geometry. A section is using those movements in Chi Sao with a partner to learn how it feels when you're making contact and when you're under resistance. And then the application is where you try to apply any of those specific combat moves under duress, under full contact, live type environments. So what I'm going to do now is a portion of the first section of the WT Wing Chun system, Kun Sao, and then a little Lat Sao application of that and some free applications. So the first move in the Tzun Tao form is a cross double Tan Sao, splitting hands, double Gan Sao, inner rotation, which is Quan Sao, and retreat. Kun Sao means rolling, and so your arms are rolling, and if I do a pull, right here, my hands are in that cross position, although I'm doing the pull. Attack. Right here, Tommy's beating me, and his hands are in that cross position, but this is going to be a Pak Sao to Gum Sao. And then down here, I'm doing the Quan Sao inner rotation, and as he steps in to attack me, I'm back. And so as I've done that maneuver, I've done exactly the first move in the Tzun Tao form. Now, we don't have to be so exact because going like this is not going to be very effective. So in combat, we'd actually be doing a palm strike, and we'd be splitting the inner rotation, Quan Sao, high and low. So, just do a little freestyle Chi Sao here of this group. Tommy's going to pull on me now. Now we call this a pull, but it's kind of an illusion because when I do the arm lock, I'm actually pushing. So when I catch his arm, I'm locking the elbow and pushing into his shoulder. And with this hand, I'm trying to do an attack like this. But he's resisting that attack with his Fuk Sao shape. And so if I do this, and he's sticking here, and I do a turn, it pulls him forward, pulls him, but both my hands are pushing. So even though I'm pushing here, because I'm turning, it creates a pull effect. But I'm not pulling him into me. If Tommy does it and pulls me, it will pull me into an elbow attack. So we've got to make sure that we're pushing. Now of course, if Tommy comes into me with an elbow attack, there's things I can do to try and stop it. Okay. Now applications, we could be in a Lat Sao. It's going to look like this. And if he does that to me, that's the answer. Like this. So again, if he does that to me, he went a little low, so my punch turns into hammer fist. Now if I do it to him and he beats me, maybe there's another answer. I was trying to apply the section in Lat Sao. Now, true applications generally involve a more realistic looking event. So Tommy's going to be a bad guy right here, and I'm going to be the Wing Chun guy. And since we're doing an application, we both know what I'm trying to apply. I'm trying to apply this. And so Tommy's going to throw a punch at me. and we'll see what happens. Now, we can put on gloves, we can put in a mouth guard, we can wear a cup, and then we could actually have a little more contact. But the important thing is the interaction between our hands and the timing. So if he fakes, the joke's on him. If he flinches, that's telling me to come forward. Come this way a little bit, you're off camera. So when he throws his punch, you gotta be right here. There you go. When he throws his punch, sometimes it ends up on the outside. And that was our tan sow from the previous video. Sometimes the pack sow comes forward first. Pack sow, tan sow. So to do this as an application, I have to apply it, and that means I have to come underneath. So, I mentioned the attack-counterattack, and this is where it becomes a little more difficult to do applications. So, I'm concerned with if my attack is thwarted, and the guy does a counter attack, then I need to have a counter to the counter attack. So that means I have to somehow let my first attack be defeated in order to defeat that counter attack. I'm going to throw the first attack. Tommy's going to do the application on me. Now, I'm going to throw the first attack. He's going to do the application on me. I'm going to defeat the application. And the difficulty in this is doing the first part realistically and not just going, I'm going to do the second part. So I'll give you an example of that. I know I want to do the second part, so I just do the second part. So that's just one application. I'm trying to do two. So the difficulty in this type of drill is really doing the first one, and I didn't let him win, and then doing the second one here. Okay, you throw the first attack now. Now, if we go to the third phase, an attack gets defeated, the counterattack gets defeated. If that gets defeated and that gets defeated, we're back into what we call Lotsow. So let me give you an example of that. So if he goes first, and if he beats this, and I beat this, and he beats this, and I beat this, and he beats this, we end up in this, what we know as Lotsow or Chi-sow. So 3 or 4 iterations or 3 or 4 generations of this drill turns into something else. And so I want to give a little demo of that principle here. So if he goes first, boom, I won right there. We go again, boom, he's beat this, now he goes for an attack, boom, I beat that, he beats this. We're right in here now in the elbow distance. Okay? So right here, our 3rd or 4th iteration, we're no longer doing punches. Now he might beat this with Nabong, come in for something. I might beat that. But we're too close. 1, 2, 3, 4 restarts. So again, if he comes, if I beat that, he beats this, I beat that, we're in this close, it's elbow time. So in the very final set, when we reach the elbows range, that's a different drill. Classic Wing Chun then goes from the forms through the sections into applications. And whereas Chi-sow or Lotsow or sparring are types of drills, you could be working on the section or applications in any of those.